Welcome, folks, to Corbin, Kentucky, the home of Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're at Sanders Café. It's the big sign, that twirling bucket. You all remember that. So here's the historic marker. 1932, Curlin Harlan Sanders brought a small restaurant. Combined good cooking, hard work, and showmanship to build regional fame for his fine food. And we know that today as good old Kentucky Fried Chicken right there. Let's take a walk up here. He also had a gas station along what was then Route US 25. They built the bypass, I believe, in 1956. So here we go. He had a gas station. You can see what those things look like. This was about the 1930s. That he operated the gas station. So here outside the Sanders Café and Museum, you can walk around and see some things. Out front has plenty of parking, bus parking as well. There's another look. All right, let's walk down towards the Sanders Café here. Now this first part is the seating area for the restaurant. You'll be able to see the first kitchen. There's the sign for Sanders Café. We do have to enter in through the modern part where the updated Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise is. Sorry for that noise. There we go. It's much quieter in here. So there's the modern day restaurant. You can grab something to eat before you tour the museum. But we're gonna head on in here. Okay. Before he was the colonel, he was a man. One of the busts. Colonel Sanders. Here's his iconic suit and cane. They have family heirlooms, interviews playing.
So at the end of that first month, he fired me and sent me home. They wouldn't pay me for me. So I went home, took my $2 to my mother. And when I gave her the $2 that I got for the month's work and told her Mr. Norris had fired me, she gave me a little lecture that I shall never forget. She said, "What on earth are you ever going to amount to? You're my oldest son, the oldest of the 3 children. I got no father. I got nobody to help me to depend on but you. And to think that you're so no count that you couldn't hold a job at $2 a month." Well, by the time she got through tongue-lashing me, I felt just about as low as anybody could have ever felt. And I made a resolve then that I would never let hours or work or anything else ever interfere with me doing the best job as possible. And if I ever got another job, I was sure going to prove to her that I was worth the effort.
So those are some of the things you can see here at the Sanders Café and Museum. Some other pictures. There you can see a picture from that gas station that we saw outside.
About what we did yesterday.
Okay, let's go on in and take a look at some more things. We'll come over here and take a look at what that original restaurant, Sanders Cafe, would have looked like. Notice those napkins. There's the Colonel. And there's a picture of the tables set up. Let's go on in here. Now, I'm sure you'd like to see what the original kitchen was like, so you can actually walk through that. Some examples of the things that they would have used. I have to zero in on Hussman's potato chip right there. If you know what that is, give me a shout out in the comments below. The old gas-fired range, look at that. And then there's the iconic pressure cooker. Let's look down here at some of the older things that were used. Cornbread. Making some chicken things there. Okay, one last look and then we're gonna cross over. Here we go. How they washed the dishes back in the day. Look at that borax. There's the original dishes from the Sanders Cafe. Look right there. Okay, as most of you know, Sanders Cafe has 11 secret spices. I don't know if this is a hint right here, but here are the different spices. Which 11 did he use? That's pretty cool. The secret blend. Here's the bag from 1960s and the packaging. Here's the 2020. Few things from the Colonel's kitchen. And here is that iconic pressure cooker. It's pretty cool. Table you can actually eat at today. Let's go on over here. Other places that you can eat at. But let's go on here. This is the museum spot. Here's the early years. Really nice things here. They have the different buckets that were used back in the day. Several of these I remember. Looky here. Oh my goodness. So much memorabilia, if you could even call it that. Some more brand merchandising things. Pictures. TV with all the old commercials. And yes, you can actually grab your lunch and sit in here. They have a nice couch and some chairs. I want to take a look back here. I want you to see his coffee table. Isn't that nice? Again, Kentucky Fried Chicken is known around the world. Let's look here. Have it in different countries. Let's go up here. 1953, Canada. 65, England, Mexico. Let's drop on down. 75, Saudi Arabia. Qatar in 76, South Korea in 84, Turkey in 98, Russia in 1993. Let's go over here. I'll just pick one out. Cuba, 2004, Nigeria, 2009, the UK, 2012, Bolivia, 2014, 2019, Rwanda and Sudan. Yeah, you all need to stop by next time you're on I-75 at the Corbin exit. Say you're going over to the Cumberland Falls State Resort Park, headed south to Knoxville or Smoky Mountains, or maybe you're headed north to the Noah's Ark encounter at Williamstown, Kentucky, or perhaps the Creation Museum, Petersburg, Northern Kentucky, just west of the Greater Cincinnati Airport there. Here's the timeline for Harlan David Sanders. You can take a look at that while you're touring the museum. Different old-time maps. One thing I want us to take in before we leave is Colonel Sanders ran several businesses. So we can see the model here. So this was the Sanders Café, okay? And then they operated a hotel. But to get the people to stay at the motel, he had to get Mom to agree. Here was the gas station. So there's the restaurant. In catty corner, we have that gas station. So let's take a peek in here at the hotel model, motel model. So you would have the door. And of course, you would rent it. Let's go over here. He would have the bed set up so that they could see how clean it was. The radio, a place to put your clothing. Let's take a peek in this bathroom. You can see in that day it was a shower. Look at that tile. A deep sink, and of course the commode. He did provide linen. And remember, there were no cell phones in the 1940s, so he had a payphone provided at the Sanders Motel, and you can see the desk there. I do believe we have seen everything. So let's end up over here. Again, Corbin, Kentucky, off of I-75. You can go to the Birthplace, a Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's just maybe 3 to 4 minutes off the interstate. Stop for a break, get a bite to eat, sit in the original Colonel Sanders dining room. Sorry about that, folks. Grab a bite to eat, sit in the Sanders Cafe, walk around, take a look at everything. As always, we are journeying through history, faith, in the heart of Kentucky, and you don't get any more iconic Kentucky Proud products than you do Kentucky Fried Chicken. Thank you. Safe travels. God bless.